to physically and mentally commit to your process without emotionally being attached to the outcome. This is Brian Cain with the Mental Performance Daily Podcast, and today we continue a little mini seminar with San Diego Padres Major League Baseball player Matt Carpenter. And today Carp's going to talk about the difference between focusing on execution and focusing on expectation. You see, I think high performers all have an expectation that they're going to win, that they're going to get their outcome because they've worked hard, because they're invested, because they're talented, but they fail to realize so is the competition. And the only thing that you can control in competition is preparation and execution. You cannot control the outcome. You don't control winning. And when I share that mindset with athletes, often they look at me kind of confused, going, man, you don't think I can control winning? I'd say, have you ever lost? They say, well, yeah. So then why don't you go undefeated your entire life, your entire career? Because you can't control the outcome. The enemy gets a vote. All you can control is the process. And when you control that process and you work your process at an elite level, you're giving yourself the best chance for success. But you still don't control the outcome. Especially in a sport like baseball, you can do everything well and hit the ball right at somebody. You can throw the pitch exactly where you want to and execute the pitch, and wham, it gets hit for a base hit. In golf, you can execute your pre-shot routine, know your number, see your shot, execute your shot, get a bad bounce, get a bad break. You can play the best round of your life, and someone else who's also elite plays just a little bit one stroke better. You don't control the outcome. You participate in it. What you can control is how well you prepare and your process. And when you choose the mindset and attitude is always a decision. When you choose and you decide to focus on execution of your daily routine and preparation of what you're trying to do in the game, instead of the expectation of a certain outcome, you give yourself a great chance for success. Let's join Matt Carpenter of the San Diego Padres and hear him talk about the benefits and the mindset of execution over expectation and how that helped him to separate being mentally and physically committed to a process, but not being emotionally tied to the outcome, which is one of the best mindsets you can compete from. You have to be able to physically and mentally commit to your process without emotionally being tied to the result. How do you separate the emotion of the result and like being physically and mentally committed to your process without having to tie that emotion to an outcome?
Yeah, that's kind of one of the tougher questions about this whole thing. I think, from experience, I think that helps more than anything is when you go through it, you start to, get older, and with age and, comes wisdom, and kind of learn through all the times that you didn't think that way. But, kind of what we talked about this year, focusing on execution and not expectation. So if I put an expectation and fall short of it, that can lead to get to the emotions of it not coming to fruition, or, this not happening the way that you wanted. And it becomes an emotional kind of roller coaster. But if you can only focus on the execution of whatever you're trying to do, it kind of, at least for me, takes the emotion out of it, because I'm not tied to this expectation that will lead me to being emotional about how it plays out. If I'm solely focused on the execution of whatever it is. So for me, going to the field and being completely 100% all in, committed on my process and what I'm doing and how I need to execute it, however that day goes, whether it's an 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, I know I did everything that I can. And I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easier to not be emotionally tied to that. And, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but this year, and I know Brian can attest this because we talked, weekly, having a rough game and being able to truly just go home and like not be fazed by it. Like, oh man, yeah, wasn't a good one, but I feel great. Like I truly feel great. And I know tomorrow's another day and I'll get another opportunity because I'm focused on my process and I'm committed to it. And when you have that mindset, it's easier to roll with the punches, and just like everything, it leads to more success and catching those breaks and being ready for when your opportunities come.
Thanks for checking out Mental Performance Daily with Brian Cain, an Ironclad original. If you like the show, be sure to leave us a rating, review, and comments. We'll see you tomorrow.
Are you a coach who wants to level up your ability to coach mental performance so that your clients can consistently perform at their best and get the results that they've been missing? Then join some of the top performing and top income generating coaches in the world by mastering the 10 mental skills your clients need to win. I open my Mental Performance Mastery Coaches Certification course only twice a year, typically in May and November. So your next step is to join my free insiders list so you can save $200 when you join. Just head to briancain.com and click on certification to join our insiders list and learn more about how you can become a certified mental performance mastery coach.
My name's Andy Stumpf. I'm a former Navy SEAL and the host of the Cleared Hot podcast. On the new Ironclad show, Change Agents, I talk to people risking it all to find solutions to seemingly unsolvable problems.
So there are hundreds of thousands of some of the poorest people in the world digging cobalt out of the ground.
Taking out a trafficker, force multiplying, because right then you take down the network, another guy's gonna pop back up for sure.
771 million humans are drinking dirty water. 2,000 kids will die today. We're not going fast enough to solve this problem.
Change Agents, an Ironclad original, coming soon to all major podcast platforms and Ironclad's YouTube channel at This Is Ironclad.